All right, good afternoon, everyone. We call this meeting to order. Let's see, today is July 15th. This is the Finance Administration Committee and special meeting of Board of Directors of West Basin Municipal Water District. So with that, let's please determine if we have a quorum. EJ Caldwell.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Director Tommy Favai.
Here.
Chairman Scott Houston.
Here.
Director Desi Alvarez. Director Don Deere.
Here.
Director Gloria Gray. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay. Public comment. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any requests for public comment, though this meeting is being held both in person and virtually. If there's any member of the public that would like to speak under public comment, please indicate so by raising your virtual hand. Mr. Chairman, I do not see any requests.
Thank you. Let's see, presentations. We have no presentations. Item 5 is our action calendar. So 5A is the approval of minutes. EJ.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, item 5A begins on packet page 4. And for this presentation, we do have Desiree Quintero, our Manager of Administration and Board Secretary.
Thank you, DJ. Good morning, members of the committee and board. Approval of minutes can be found beginning on packet page 4. The minutes for the West Basin Municipal Water District Board of Directors meetings are an integral part of the public meeting process. Minutes provide a history of the actions taken at board meetings, which is informative not only for members of the public, but for other stakeholders as well. Minutes for the June 6, 2025 special board meeting budget workshop number 4 and June 23rd, 2025 regular board meeting have been attached for consideration and can be found beginning on packet page 6. With that, I would like to read the recommendation that the board approve the June 6, 2025 special board meeting minutes and the June 23rd, 2025 regular board meeting minutes. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Are there any questions on the minutes? Director Deere?
No.
I have no questions. So I would recommend this moves forward to the board for approval. Director Favai concurs?
Yes.
Thank you. And Director Gloria Gray has just joined the meeting, so we note that she is here.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you so much.
Okay, so our next item is 5B as in boy, approved sponsorship of fiscal year 25-26 community outreach events. Jay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this item begins on packet page 14. And for this presentation, we do have Hazel Vasquez, our Deputy Board Secretary.
Okay, good morning, Chairman Houston, members of the committee and board. As EJ mentioned, this item begins on packet page 14, and I will start with that first event listed at the bottom. The Culver City Arts Foundation is hosting its Summer Sunset Music Series every Thursday from July 17th through August 28th. Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the Summer Sunset Music Series, beginning with the concert on Thursday, August 7th, through the final concert on Thursday, August 28th for $1,000. The sponsorship would grant West Basin a speaking opportunity, a booth/table to distribute district information, as well as an advertisement in the form of logo placement on event materials. West Basin previously sponsored this event in 2024 for $1,000 and received similar benefits. Additionally, West Basin has sponsored the foundation's artist meetup that took place earlier this year in the amount of $350. For this particular item, the West Basin sponsorship policy requires that all sponsorship requests be considered and approved by the board at least 10 business days before the event. With the first concert of this series that we are looking to sponsor being on Thursday, August 7th, the board would also have to consider waiving that 10-day business day requirement in order to approve the sponsorship. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment A, and that begins on packet page 19. Next up, the South Coast Botanic Gardens is hosting the Sunset Series every Thursday from June 5 to August 28th. Director Favai recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the Sunset Series concert on Thursday, August 21 for $2,500. This sponsorship would grant West Basin a booth/table to distribute district information, as well as an advertisement in the form of recognition on the event website and logo placement on event materials. The sponsorship at this amount would also include passes for the show. West Basin has sponsored this event in the past in August of 2024, and we did so for $2,500 and received similar benefits at the time. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment B, and that begins on packet page 22. Next, I've got the El Segundo Chamber of Commerce. They are in partnership with the El Segundo Police Officers Association and the Automobile Driving Museum are hosting the annual Main Street Car Show event on Saturday, August 16th. Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the Main Street Car Show for the amount of $600. The $600 sponsorship would grant West Basin a speaking opportunity, a booth/table to distribute district information, as well as an advertisement via social media and logo placement on event materials. West Basin previously sponsored this event in 2024 for $600, and we received similar benefits at the time. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment C, and that begins on packet page 31. The City of Gardena is hosting its annual Jazz Festival on Sunday, August 24th. At this time, Director Gray and Director Deere recommend that the board approve sponsorship of the Jazz Festival for $2,500. This sponsorship would grant West Basin a booth/table to distribute district information and an advertisement in the form of logo placement on event material. In addition, West Basin would receive tickets to the event and sponsor recognition during the event and on their social media. West Basin last sponsored this event in 2023 for $2,500, and we received similar benefits then as well. And I just wanted to know, should the question come up, we did not sponsor this event last year in 2024, and that was just due to the election in Division 5 and the blackout period that we had at that time. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment D, beginning on packet page 34. Still have a few more, so just bear with me. The Kiwanis Club of El Segundo is hosting the annual Main Street Fair on Saturday, September 20th. Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the Main Street Fair for $1,000, and that would grant West Basin a booth/table to distribute district information and an advertisement via signage throughout the event. The district's logo will also appear on various event materials. West Basin sponsored this event in 2024 for $500 and received a booth and logo placement opportunity. West Basin also sponsored the Kiwanis Club's Chili Palooza event earlier this year for $1,000. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment E, and you can find that beginning on packet page 40. The Palos Verdes Peninsula Education Foundation is hosting its annual Toast on the Coast event on Saturday, September 27th. Director Favai recommends that the board approve sponsorship of Toast on the Coast for $2,500. This sponsorship would grant West Basin an advertisement in their digital event catalog. Additionally, West Basin's logo will appear on various event marketing materials, including their monthly newsletters and e-blasts. The sponsorship also includes invitations to their major donor receptions that take place in the fall and the spring. West Basin last sponsored this event in 2024, and we did so for the same amount of $2,500 and received similar benefits. The documents submitted by the organizers for this sponsorship request are included in attachment F, and that begins on packet page 47. And the last one I've got for you today, the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce is hosting its annual golf tournament on Monday, September 29th. Director Gray and Director Deere recommend that the board approve sponsorship of the annual golf tournament for $3,000, and that would grant West Basin a booth/table to distribute district information and an advertisement in the form of signage at the event. The sponsorship would also include registrations for the tournament if anyone is interested on getting some tee time. West Basin sponsored the event in 2024 for $3,000 and received similar benefits at that time. The documents submitted by the organizers for the sponsorship request are included in attachment G, and that begins on packet page 50. And as always, just to go over the fiscal impact for this, and you can find that on packet page 17. Funds for the sponsorship of and participation in these community outreach events are included in the fiscal year 25-26 community outreach budget in an amount of $75,000. Approving the sponsorships presented to you today and the amounts that have been requested, which total $13,100, would leave a remaining balance of $58,050. And the details for that are shown in attachment H, and that is on packet page 59. And now I will read the recommendations, I should say. Number 1, Director Houston recommends that the board waive the 10 business day requirement and approve sponsorship of the Culver City Arts Foundation Summer Sunset Music Series, beginning with the concert on Thursday, August 7th, 2025, in the amount of $1,000. Number 2, Director Flavai recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the South Coast Botanic Gardens Sunset Series concert on Thursday, August 21, 2025, in the amount of $2,500. Number 3, Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the El Segundo Main Street Car Show being held on Saturday, August 16, 2025, in the amount of $600. Number 4, President Gray and Director Deere recommend that the board approve sponsorship of the City of Gardena Jazz Festival being held on Sunday, August 24, 2025, in the amount of $2,500. Number 5, Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the El Segundo Kiwanis Club's Main Street Fair being held on Saturday, September 20, 2025, in the amount of $1,000. Number 6, Director Flavai recommends that the board approve sponsorship of the Palos Verdes Peninsula Education Foundation's Toast on the Coast event being held on Saturday, September 27, 2025, in the amount of $2,500. And last but not least, number 7, President Gray and Director Deere recommend that the board approve sponsorship of the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce's annual golf tournament being held on Monday, September 29, 2025, in the amount of $3,000. With that, I am happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Let's see, I have no questions. I support every one of these items as is. But Director Flavai, any questions?
No questions.
No questions. No questions from Director Deere. Director Gray, any questions? Hear her. So with that, Director Flavai, do you concur? We'll just move these forward to our board agenda.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. And I agree. Yes. All right. Thank you. Hazel, I know you had to read all that. And then we didn't have much to discuss, but we appreciate all the work you do to get us to this point, right? So thank you very much. Let's move to our next portion, which is 5C as in cat. Consider fiscal year 2025-26 district sponsorship requests, which we have 3. And I believe, depending on how we do this, we have to weigh in on options. So go ahead, EJ, if you'll introduce the item, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, item C1, or 1, 2, 3, excuse me, will be presented by Carla Hewitt, the executive assistant. This item does begin on packet page 60.
Okay, and good morning, members of the committee and board. As Director Houston was saying, we have 3 district sponsorship proposals for the first and second quarter of this fiscal year, beginning with the 2025 Water Reuse California Annual Conference to be held on Sunday, September 21st through Tuesday, September 23rd at the Town and Country Resort in San Diego, California. Sponsorship opportunities available for this fiscal year range from $7,000 at the platinum level all the way to purple for $750. As you see, and as you read through the staff report, you're going to see some options in this event and others that are crossed out. This corresponds to portions of the proposal that are no longer available because they have been taken by other sponsors to date. West Basin has most recently sponsored this event in 2023 and 2024 at the silver level, then $3,000. However, this year, this particular tier and other tiers within the proposal have experienced price increases. For the silver tier specifically, it's an increase of 33%, which is $1,000. And this is the first time in several years that the state section has increased sponsorship prices, which they attribute to increasing operational costs of putting the event together. Details regarding sponsorship packages are included in attachment A. beginning with the water use sponsorship prospectus, which you can find on page 63 of your agenda packet. And attachment 8 also includes comparisons between last year's and this year's pricing and comparisons between current sponsorship levels. So that for the agenda packet will be pages 71 and 72. The Water Reuse Association is an organization dedicated to advance laws, policy funding, and public acceptance of recycled water, and representing a coalition of utilities that recycle water, companies that use recycled water to support their operations and sustainability, and businesses that support the development of recycled water projects. The California section reaches members across 7 different chapters to promote water use as an alternative to meeting the local demand for water, and actively works with elected officials to pass legislation and develop regulations that support the implementation of both non-potable and potable reuse. For this staff report, we have included some wins that the California section has shared through their website. You can find this in attachment B. And this, what you can see on the screen is a comparison between the levels that are available for this event. Would you like to discuss these as the presentation ends, or just single discussion at the end of the round?
Interesting.
Or the end, okay, yeah.
Ariane? Okay, so I'll move forward then. Thank you. Next, we have the 2025 Taste of Salt Family Festival. Information on this event will also continue on the next page of your staff report. The Taste of Salt Family Festival is now going on its 20th edition, to be held on Saturday, October 18th in Crenshaw Boulevard in the city of Los Angeles. Sponsorship opportunities for this fiscal year remain for the most the same as you have seen in previous years. This is an event that West Basin has consistently supported in previous years at the bronze tier at $5,000. So you can see that there are options going all the way up to $200,000. Again, pricing as it relates to what has been previously considered by this committee and the board remains the same, with some minor changes to benefits relating to digital platforms, but for the most pretty consistent. The organizers, Bakewell Media, are a Los Angeles-based production and media company, the creators of this signature event that is also recognized as the largest free street and food festival in California. Bakewell Media also owns and operates the publications the Los Angeles Sentinel and the Los Angeles Watch Times. Details for this edition and current sponsorship levels are included in attachment C of your packet, which begins on page 75. Attachment C also shows a comparison between sponsorship deliverables for the bronze, silver, and gold levels for this event. And last, we have the 2025 Southwest Membrane Operator Association Annual Symposium, to be held from November 5th through the 6th at the DoubleTree by Hilton Golf Resort in Palm Springs, Cathedral City area. This year's topic is membranes shaping the future of clean water, and sponsorship packages are made of various combinations of branding items, recognition during the event, exhibitor opportunities, and complimentary registrations. Sorry about that. Tiers go from the $5,000 level all the way to bronze at $750. Some of these are sold out, so no $2,500 tier and no $1,200 tier available. The $1,200 is actually what we have most recently done in fiscal year 2023-2024. And before that, in fiscal year 2021-22, we participated as a bronze sponsor with $500, which was the price of the package during that time. Further details on the current edition can be found on attachment D, as well as a comparison between the sponsorship levels. The organizers are an affiliate of the American Membrane Technology Association and connect membrane technology professionals in Arizona, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, and Utah. Their mission is to enhance the professional development of the membrane operator and the municipal and industrial applications they support in the region. Registration to this event will open at the end of the month. Early bird members have a registration fee of $400, and regular rate is $4.50. Regarding benefits that sponsorships provide to West Basin, participation in outreach events provides West Basin opportunities to connect with the communities it serves, create and strengthen relationships with stakeholders, and to stay up to date with new industry trends. Regarding the fiscal impact of these proposals, funds for the proposed sponsorships are included in the fiscal year 2025-2026 sponsorship budget in the amount of $55,000. Being this the first round of proposals of the fiscal year, the entirety of those funds are available to use at this time. And as for the recommendation is that the board consider approving sponsorship of the Water Reuse California Conference to be held September 21st to 23rd at the Town and Country Resort in San Diego, and that it determine the appropriate sponsorship level. The 20th edition of the Taste of Soul Family Festival to be held Saturday, October 18th, 2025 in Crenshaw Boulevard in the city of Los Angeles, and that it determine the appropriate sponsorship level. And the SMOA Annual Symposium to be held November 5th to the 6th, 2025 at the DoubleTree by Hilton Golf Resort in Cathedral City, and that it determines the appropriate sponsorship level. That concludes my presentation, and with that, I will be happy to answer any questions.
Very good, thank you. Let me go ahead and start real briefly. On the Southwest Membrane Operator Association Annual Symposium, do any of our staff attend that, EJ?
We usually have 1 to 2.
Normally? Okay. I see we support in the past. I think most of these are pretty self-explanatory. You know, the Taste of Soul, we did 5,000 last year, right? Which that's
their lowest.
lowest,
level, yes.
still reasonable, and I think we should do that. You know, looking at the Membrane Association, I see the options here, but if I'm reading this correctly in your synopsis, Carla, if we do the gold at $1,500, apparently we get 2 complimentary registrations with that.
That's correct.
Best thing, not bad, quite frankly. I would recommend that we go with the gold level 1,500 on that one. And I am open to looking at the silver level for Water Reuse California's conference, which is $4,000. So its cost went up a little bit. I understand you said. So I'm open-minded on that, but I would look at the silver level. So with that, I'll open it up for discussion from my colleague, Director Falvey.
Thank you, Director Houston. I just have a couple of questions for the staff. In the past, when it comes to the water reuse conference, I just want to kind of understand what the benefits are, like when it comes to like have we had like past directors attend? Are there breakout sessions that benefit the board of directors? And then are there staff that actually attend this conference as well?
Yes, so, and I invite our general manager to correct me or supplement the information that I will provide. Water Reuse is a national organization dedicated to promoting the reuse of water as a sustainability alternative. And they have the national section and the California section. They organize events year round, and there are a few signature of them that have been in the past attended by directors, also staff. And in this particular one, staff actually has a role in the program. We anticipate staff attending, but also participating as with presentations and papers, and also moderating some of the portions of this program. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and then,
I would just simply add, this is an organization that West Basin has been very proudly, but at a very high level, involved with for more than a decade. It's my understanding, I think we're on at least 3 panels at the upcoming water reuse.
Yeah.
So we're going to actively be participating in this conference as well. And so this is just it's a great organization. Their advocacy efforts when it comes to water reuse in the state of California, indirect potable reuse and direct potable reuse. This is something that West Basin has been very active in, and we've worked hand in hand with Water Reuse California.
Okay. And then my next question would be the number 3, the annual symposium. Now, I see there's like technology experts and in the industry. What type of technology experts that will be coming out to these to this one symposium?
These events specifically address membrane technology. There are, give me just a minute, I'm gonna try to get to my notes just to.
If I could just throw it over, we do
Oh.
have a membrane expert on staff. Throw it over to our assistant general manager.
Director Provide, the Southwest Membrane Organization has been in existence for about 20 years now, and it focuses on membrane technologies. So West Basin, of course, was an early adopter of membrane technologies, both microfiltration, reverse osmosis, what we use in our indirect potable reuse system, the barrier system that you hear about often. And so West Basin has not only been a long-term member of Southwest Membrane Operator Association, I believe they were actually a founding member. But also we currently have Susanna Lee, our engineering manager, resides on that board of directors for that association.
And Director, if I could add, because he did not highlight this, but he is also a past president of the organization as well.
Oh, but we didn't specifically answer your question. And so the technologies experts are very much the vendors that we use within most of our recycled water facilities. They all participate, both chemical vendors, membrane vendors. And so it is a good opportunity for operators and staff to actually go and intermingle with that subsection of our industry.
Okay. I'm good on the questions, Director.
Very good, thank you. Director Dare, any questions?
No, I think good answers, though. I think staff should be complimented.
Good. Director Gray, any questions?
No, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
Okay.
So with that, I think Director Pavai did ask really great questions. All these organizations, definitely merit our support. Water Use California, of course, is an excellent organization, leading edge, and we've been really supportive, especially as a major player in recycled water. So same with membranes. So I definitely support both. So with that, I will repeat what I posed earlier. I think that we should support item number 1, the Water Use California Annual Conference at the silver bronze level, $4,000, since it went up just a little bit since last time. Let's see, we'll do Taste of Soul, same level as last year, $5,000. Always been happy to support them. And then I think that the Southwest Membrane Conference at the gold level, $1,500 is a reasonable ask in my assessment. So are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right, very good. So with that, if you'll move that forward to the board for approval, EJ, that would be great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carla. Again, I know that's a lot of work putting that together. And I do like the little sheets at the end you have for us that give us a synopsis. It's really handy. So with that, we will move forward to item 5D as in dog. Adoption of resolution number 07-25-1227. Tax and revenue anticipation note for fiscal year 2025-26. EJ, if you will let us know what that entails, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the adoption of resolution number 07-25-1227 will be presented by Wendy O'Kelly, our Chief Financial Officer. And this item begins on packet page 94.
Thank you, EJ. Good afternoon, committee members, Chair. This item before the committee is for the annual issuance of the TRAN, or the Tax and Revenue Anticipation Note. It is an annual process that manages the terms of our commercial paper program. As mentioned, the TRAN is a regulatory component of the executed commercial paper agreement that was dated August 26, 2024, approved for a 3-year term during the special meeting of the West Basin Finance Corporation. This is the second of 3 issuances of the TRAN. If approved, the TRAN is set to expire on June 30th, 2026. The requirements of the TRAN are generally tied to ensuring compliance with federal tax laws or tax exempt bonds, along with local and state regulations related to public finance. So historically, West Basin has maintained a commercial paper program as a strategic tool. The tool basically offers cost effectiveness, which generally a less expensive alternative to traditional bank loans. And the interest rates tends to be lower, which reduces our borrowing cost. There's also diversification of funding sources, and that reduces our dependency on bonds and traditional loans as well. And then commercial paper program has no collateral required. So it's an unsecured debt instrument and not backed by any collateral. And then finally, it could also lend to flexibility and a quicker process. In terms of maturity dates for flexibility, it allows the district to match borrowing needs to our expected cash flows. And then for a quicker process, commercial paper in comparison to traditional banks, loans, and bonds is processed faster. With all that in mind, the financing fees associated with the commercial paper agreement were included in our fiscal year 25-26 adopted budget. And then to date, the balance of our commercial paper program is at 0. On July 28th, at our board meeting, I will have our district's financial advisor, Darren Hodge, with PFM, and then our bond counsel, Jonathan Goose, with Stradling Law, to present if there's any more technical questions from the committee today that I won't be able to answer. And with that, I'd like to read the recommendation and then turn it over to the committee for questions or comments. That the board approve resolution number 07-25-1227, resolution of the board of the West Basin Municipal Water District, authorizing the execution and delivery of a tax and revenue anticipation note to support a commercial paper program for fiscal year 25-26, which authorizes the district to issue a tax and revenue anticipation note to the West Basin Financing Corporation in the amount of $30 million.
Very good, thank you. I think if we put this back in just lay terms, right, we have basically this $30 million line of credit, if you will, right, EJ? And we just have to go through this to authorize our potential use of it annually, right? And it's a 3-year timeframe total.
Correct. Yes.
So in part, this is for Director Favalle's edification, because I don't think he was here when this happened the first time. So, but EJ, if you can surmise it in real simple terms for us again, what it is, it's not that we're using this money, but if we'd like to use this money, we have to do this step. So can you rephrase that?
Yeah,
For us, EJ,
I would
we all
say
understand.
this, simply put, the board of directors previously took action to extend the commercial paper program that offers us that line of credit that we could utilize in times of emergency or if needed as directed by the board of directors. This action does not require us or imply that West Basin would be utilizing that line of credit, but it is required as part of that line of credit, correct? And so this is a mere formality based off of a previous action that the board has taken to extend or commit to having the line of credit.
Personally, I have no questions, but I want to make sure we all understood what it means on a very basic level. But with that, Director Favalle, do you have any questions?
I just want to thank you, EJ, for clarifying that for me. But I don't have any.
Director Deere,
No further questions.
Director Gray. Okay, and with that, and I just, again, wanted to make sure everyone understood it is like a formality, if you will. We fortunately have access to this. We're not using it at the moment. There's cost involved. But also I think you mentioned, Wendy, there's, a lower interest rate. Is that what I heard?
Correct.
Should we use it? And I think if I also recall, not all the directors were on board with this in the past, but the majority were. It's good, I think, to always have this potential ability, should we need it, in a time of emergency to access. So I would recommend this moves forward for approval by the full board. And Director Provine?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so with that, we will move to the information calendar, item 6A, our monthly financial report. EJ.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this item will be presented by Stephanie Clemente Finley, our accounting supervisor, and the item begins on packet page 105.
Thank you, EJ. Good afternoon, Chair Houston, directors and staff. As required by West Basin Administrative Code, staff is required to submit various financial reports to the board to keep them appraised of the financial condition and future needs of the district. The 4 monthly reports that the finance team presents are the demands list, cash and investments, water sales, and the travel reports. We will start with the demands list, which includes all the disbursements and capital expenditures starting on page 107 through page 111. I'd like to mention that the Met invoice in the amount of 12.1 million is 63% of the total disbursement of 19 million. So on page 111, you scroll down. Are there any questions in regards to the demands report?
Any questions? Any questions, Director Deere? Any questions, Director Gray? Go ahead. Thank you.
The next report is a cash and investment report starting on page 112. As of June 30th, 2025, our total market value is 76.3 million. We're on 112. Also on this page is the breakdown of various security types that make up our market value. The next 2 pages are the credit quality and maturity. And on page 116 to 127 are the transaction ledgers for the month. Any questions in regards to the investment?
No.
And on page 128, we have our monthly sales report, starting with imported retail. For the month of June, this is total for the year. We'll start with the month of June. The total acre fee is 7,593, which is greater than budget and less than FY24. I'd like to gladly report that our final year-to-date import retail is 86,884 acre feet, which is higher than what we had budgeted and FY24. The next table is our imported barrier. For the month of June, the acre feet is 505, which is lower than FY24, but higher than budget. And our year-to-date for imported retail is 8,973, which is higher than budget, but lower than FY24. Moving on to page 129. We have our recycled water. June's acre feet is 2,973, which is higher than budget and FY24. And our year-to-date recycle is 30,891 acre feet, which is lower than budget and higher than FY24. And then below that is a recycle breakdown for the barriers, refineries, disinfected trichloride for the acre feet for June. Any questions in regards to the water cell?
Question? No, thank you.
And finally, we go to our travel reports. Our director's conference and travel expense on page 130. Our year-to-date through June, our director's conference and travel expense $25,132.10 of the budget of $75,000, leaving a balance of $49,867.90. And finally, we have executive management and staff travel expense on packet page 131, which year to date through June, we expense for staff and executives were $85,978.85 of the budget of $101,000, leaving a balance of $15,021.15. That concludes the agenda, number 6A, and I'm glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Director Devine? Director Deere?
Have no questions.
Director Gray, any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, that was pretty clear. So thank you very much. And those numbers in most ways look pretty good, to be honest with you. So, EJ, would you like to say anything on that?
No, I'm just very proud to see kind of the trends on our recycled water. If you look across the year, you can see those peak months where everything has gone right. You know that we've had issues with pipeline leaks and power outages. So we definitely take the bumps and bruises there. But you're seeing everything trend in the right direction. You can see that we came very close to our budget. You can see the improvement from last fiscal year. And these are the things that we've been talking about here at West Basin when we push on production. So we're looking pretty good, and we're excited to enter into the new fiscal year.
Very good. All right, thank you. So with that, we have no closed session today. Director's comments or future agenda items. I'll go ahead and start with Director Obaye.
None.
None? Okay, very good. Director Deere? None. Director Gray? And then I will say I don't have any additional items or no future agenda items, but I do want to commend staff. Thank you for these reports, all the work that's put into it, of course, as well as, yes, the sponsorships. I know they come in waves, so thank you very much. That sometimes they get a lot coming in per month. It's just the time of the year. I want to say thank you for that as well. And so with that, our next scheduled meeting is on August 12th, 2025, and we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.